We return once again to the environment, which by all indications has become more of a concern to more people in the last year. This is World Rainforest Week. It was the idea of leading wildlife and conservation groups to make the point that the rainforests are being assaulted by thoughtless man, and the planet as a whole is being threatened. Our person of the week may be an optimist, but he is sounding an alarm nonetheless.
We are killing our world, but we don't need to kill it. We have the ability right now, we have the time right now when actions can still be taken, when many things can be done that can improve the quality of the world.
Dr. Peter Raven is a botanist and the director of the Missouri Botanical Garden, the world's leading center of research on the rainforest. Tropical rainforests, those cornucopias of life, densely covered in evergreen trees, those areas of the earth where it rains at least 100 inches per year. A typical 4 square mile patch of rainforest might support as many as 1,500 species of tropical plant life, animals, and birds. There are more species of trees in Panama than in all of Europe. If the world's rainforests continue to be cut down at the current rate of 50,000 square miles a year, that's an area slightly larger than the state of Pennsylvania, they'll simply be gone by the end of the next century. Peter Raven's crusade in life is to preserve the rainforest.
There will only be a few major blocks of tropical forest 50 years from now. By cutting those forests, we're making the carbon dioxide problem in the atmosphere, the greenhouse problem, worse. But more seriously, we're losing probably a quarter of the total number of species of plants and animals that share the world with us. By doing that, we're losing the ability to use those plants and animals for our own benefit.
For centuries, people who live in the tropics have experimented with thousands of species of plants and animals from which they've derived medicines to treat everything from ulcers to malaria. Modern science has only studied 1 in 100 tropical species for their medicinal value. And yet almost 1 in 4 drugs bought in a typical pharmacy can be traced to a tropical plant or animal. A derivative of the rosy periwinkle, for example, gives children with lymphocytic leukemia a 99% chance for remission. Peter Raven and other scientists are attempting to catalog as many of the 750,000 species of tropical life as they can. The benefits to humans are potentially monumental.
We need to realize that and to go out and save at least some of them, to form an effective system of reserves and parks, to put aside seeds in seed banks, to preserve some kinds of animals. The set of plants and animals that are still going to be around 100 years from now is going to depend very much on us.
The problem of deforestation is an international one. By the next century, 60% of the world's population will live in the tropics. The crunch is already evident. People need new places to live, to farm, lumber for housing and fuel. Moreover, many developing nations base their economies on the export of lumber and farm products. In the tropics, that has meant leveling vast areas of rainforest. The solutions are complex and politically demanding. Population control, education, making nations aware that without their own rainforests, as a whole nation, they lose. International cooperation on trade and managing the environment.
Plants can only produce so much to feed people. Animals can only produce so much to feed people. The atmosphere, the species, the forests, everything else depends really on cooperation.
Peter Raven was born in China. He's now 52. Since receiving his PhD from UCLA, he has lectured all over the world. He's written 13 books and published 355 articles. He has won every major award in the field of botany. He knows it's a long struggle, but he also argues that time is running out, and the stakes are very high for all of us.
It's not a matter of winning the battle or losing the battle. It's a matter of doing the best that we can to provide a secure and prosperous future for our children and our grandchildren. If we fail to do that, then passively things will simply be destroyed.
And so we choose Dr. Peter Raven, who makes it eminently clear why the fight to save the wilderness is worth fighting. We're very sure he'd agree with the conservationist David Brower, who said, "The wild places are where we began, and when they end, so do we." That's our report on World News Tonight. I'm Peter Jennings. Have a good weekend. Good night.